And welcome GG Leagues fans to another playoff match here for the Midwest D Division. It's going to be the DePaul University Gold 2 team versus Redbird Esports Casual. This will be the second match of a best of three. So sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulty starting up for this match here and we weren't able to capture the first one. But I'm here to clarify for you. My name is Mercenary. You guys are getting treated, so especially to a solo cast from me and me alone, as we're going into this second match here in which DePaul took that first match with a very interesting team comp. But as we're looking into bans right now for this quick second match, we got an Erganiaso over for the Redbird side, who are going on blue side. And then over on DePaul, we have an Alawi and Cat as well. It looks like that ban right there was going to be a Syndra pick, but a little bit of a glitch on ProDraft's end. And we have a Leona ban as well for DePaul, not really wanting to see that. Now, discussing for last match, as you guys weren't unfortunately able to see that happening. Right there, we had for DePaul's side, they had a Garen top, Vi jungle, Orianna mid, Misfortune bot, and a support of a, wow, I can't think of his name, Vel'Koz, our wonderful tentacle boy. And meanwhile, over on the side of the Redbirds, they had an Orin top, they had a Zac jungle, mid lane, it looks like they had a Quinn, and bot lane they had a Nico and Nautilus. Bit of confusion happening there, but DePaul were able to take that victory there, 27-16 in kills, with it being a full wrap up, especially in the top lane, with the Garen coming out strong as an 8-1 here. But as we're getting these picks for this second match, in which DePaul could wrap it up just as quickly as the Redbirds are coming in, the Redbirds are going to take away that Garen in the top lane, and it looks like DePaul is going to be countering with a Mordekaiser. And there's the Orianna pick as well from the first match. Looking into what we have currently, some solid damage happening left and right here. The Mordekaiser and Garen picks are going to be very interesting. But a Nautilus hover here from Redbirds. Let's see if that gets picks. And it does. A very tanky and amazing support to have, especially strong hooks. But looks like that's going to be the Silas counter into the mid lane here. Or possibly the jungle as well. Nonetheless, there's a Silas pick popping up. Pretty scary for Orianna here when Silas comes in. She does not have much in the way of defense, but she can keep him away and damage him through pokes here. But we'll see if DePaul will counter that, most likely with a jungle or a support pick as well, trying to round it out. 10 seconds left, and we're going to have a Trundle pick here for the jungle. Trundle the jungle. Very fun, very exciting, and a very fast, angry man that you do not want to see running at you. There's the Nico ban from DePaul. They really don't want to see that on the side of the Redbirds once again from that first match. And we got about 20 seconds left for that ban over on the Redbird side. Sorry if I'm talking real fast. Over on another channel, actually, I was doing some casting for down over in the Texas C League for HSU versus the TCU team. A very interesting one in which HSU were able to take that first. But meanwhile, and our bans here on this match over in the Midwest D Division, we're going to have Morgana and Vel'Koz banned out for Redbirds, as well as a Nico and Aphelios banned out for DePaul. They don't want to see that Nico in the bot lane. They do want to see that Misfortune, as they're going to be picking that up. Extremely strong ADC coming into this matchup here. It's going to be a very exciting one to see how the Redbirds will counter that with their own ADC, or if they're going to be picking up a possible jungler. And they're going to counter the ADC with the Xayah Nautilus in the bot lane. A pretty strong bot lane happening there, with Nautilus being able to keep people in place and getting another root from Xayah. It's a complete root comp happening down there. And a couple seconds left, and it's going to be Sejuani jungle being hovered here, as the Silas is going to be going mid against that Orianna. Pretty strong matchup for him there. 10 seconds left on the hover. We'll see if it's picked or if it's just a diversion. Sejuani, a great team fighting champion, staying tanky, staying true, and it looks like it's going to be Sejuani. Pretty big front line there for the side of the Redbirds. Pretty overall a very nice comp coming out here. Solid AD and solid AP coming up for both sides. But we'll see how DePaul counters that in their bot lane with the support pick coming up in about 13 seconds here. But meanwhile, talking about the Redbirds comp there, it's a very strong one. A very strong bot lane, pretty much a winnable mid lane there for Silas, being able to take down the Orianna. And a Yuumi pick! Oh, something I wasn't expecting at all. Looks like Misfortune's going to be hanging on with a Yuumi there, not wanting to get caught out by that Nautilus, but also getting some solid health here and there, along with some speed boosts. We'll see if that will matter at all for that Nautilus and Xayah matchup there with the strong fruits coming out left and right. A lot of dodging happening here with Misfortune and Yuumi, but Yumi's got to play it safe. As she's caught out, she will be destroyed in a matter of seconds. Yep. Now we're going into the picks as well on the other side as well, but we're looking at these two comps here, and I'll keep talking about while you guys are checking out what's happening on live right now. Top lane is going to be a very interesting matchup there, as both members are very strong, but Mordekaiser might have that early edge with that passive. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, the Xayah Nautilus are very strong matchup. Misfortune and Yuumi also a strong matchup as well. It should be a very interesting one with the two ultimates comboing for Misfortune and Yuumi here, doing some solid damage. But also in the mid lane here, it looks like a pretty winnable matchup for Silas. If only my friend Zeka was. I miss you, friend. Maybe if I summon you, you'll show up and you guys can have a great time. But the Silas pick is always exciting in the mid lane against that Orianna. And meanwhile, in the jungle, it's going to be Trundle versus Sejuani. A pretty beefy matchup here, but Trundle will definitely take that if he runs into that Sejuani earlier on, doing solid damage left and right here. And as we're just going through ban phase over on the main league side, diving over there. I want to know how you guys are feeling, how you guys are doing today, and if you're keeping yourself sane during this crazy time in the form of quarantine. Everyone loves it. So much great. It's great for shut-ins who enjoy playing League of Legends, like myself. Anyways, I'm looking into the picks and bans here. It's going to be definitely an exciting matchup between these two giants, as tomorrow is actually our first day of the finals matches. And that should be definitely exciting right there, as you can come back here tomorrow starting at about 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time, and it's going to be a wonderful matchup there, and it's going to be myself and the wonderful Zeko also going to be casting that. That's going to be the Michigan B finals between Davenport University and Team Infernal. Definitely going to be a very interesting one. And then on Thursday, we have another matchup going on there for the Michigan A finals between the Wayne State Warriors and Central Michigan University, two high-name teams here in the state of Michigan. And that'll be broadcasted by Rich Red and the Nautical. So it definitely should be an interesting match happening there. As you guys can't tell, I just want to talk. I'm having a great day. Pretty excited. And in case you haven't wondered, it's another free taco day, for it is Taco Tuesday at Taco Bell. We're not sponsored by Taco Bell. God, I wish we were. But no, I'm just telling you that because I went out to Taco Bell earlier before my last match that I did, and it was always great to have some fun food there. Picks coming out left and right here, and it's looking pretty terrifying for both these two teams. They're very strong nonetheless. But I won't give that edge over to the Redbirds here, namely in the fact that they have a very strong front line and some pretty solid damage coming out as well. But it's nothing to shake a stick at over on DePaul, our winners of the last match going there, as they have some pretty strong front line in the form of Mordekaiser and Trundle. Mordekaiser just being innately tanky and Trundle just being overall tanky, but they have the ultimate matchups there. Mordekaiser being able to pull somebody out of the fight, preferably that Garen or that Xayah, and get a bit easier for the rest of the team to handle it. Misfortune Yuumi ultimates coinciding along with the Orianna ultimates. It would go Orianna, Yuumi, and then Misfortune, and then that would be the entire team if they can land it correctly. But over the Redbirds, it's just a strong overall team as well. They have strong gauge, not a whole lot of ult synergy, but Silas can take any one of the opposing members' ultimates to able to bring it up. Got about 10 seconds left here before we have to go down to the Rift. Once again, this is the Midwest D Division teams, DePaul Uni Gold 2 and Redbird Esports Casual, and we'll see if DePaul can wrap this up quick or if the Redbirds can bring us to Game 3, and I'll see you guys down on the Rift in just a couple minutes.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm one of the co-founders of GGLeagues, and I hope all of you guys are staying safe and healthy.
Hi guys, I'm Abby. Most of you probably know me as Not Too Shabby in the Discord, and I am your resident league manager for GGLeagues.
And I'm Griffin Kemp. I am a marketing intern here at GG Leagues. I don't work at Cloud9, I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, this is Eric from GG Leagues. With the coronavirus sweeping the globe, I know it's been a stressful time for everybody, even though we joke as gamers that it hasn't really changed our lives at all. But with that, we wanted to take some time to update all of you on how the coronavirus has affected our leagues and our company. We also wanted to share a little bit how we're helping to maintain the esports community and camaraderie during this difficult time.
And first off, really, in the interest of everyone's health and safety in the middle of this pandemic, we have unfortunately had to cancel all of our in-person events for this season. This is really not an easy thing for us to do because we really love seeing everyone come to our in-person and final and really get to meet everyone in person. We wanted to bring some of our sweet props so that way everyone can kind of take pictures with that also. And so we really, really thank all of you guys who have worked with us to host these in-person events. And we really appreciate your excitement and hard work. And we really want to thank you guys as players who are planning on coming out to our in-person event. As a result of this pandemic, though, we will be finishing our spring seasons completely online with playoffs and finals running as planned, but unfortunately, it will just be online. We're holding a vote to see what other types of rewards you guys would want as a community. So please go to your Discord and be sure to vote in that.
Yeah, and I know that, GG Leagues has spread pretty far in terms of what states we encompass, but if you didn't know, we're actually based in Chicago. So for us here, we've all been working from home to protect ourselves and to slow the speed that the virus spreads to others, because we know that it's not just about us, it's not just about you guys, it's about our families, it's about everybody in our community, it's about making sure we're protecting each other, right? And so we're all still dedicated to bringing you the same league experience that you've had the entire time, but it's just going to be online mostly.
For sure. And I mean, even amidst all the disruption caused by the whole coronavirus pandemic, our mission to build community and really connect gamers to each other really remains the same. And so, we've seen people in the esports community, some of them being you guys, you players here in GG Leagues, organize hangouts, tournaments, events, and everything to support the community during these tough times and everything. The great thing about esports is its versatility and its ability to connect people no matter how far apart we are. We at GG Leagues want to continue connecting gamers to each other, but for now, only from the comfort of each gamer's houses.
With so many schools already in a remote learning environment, we here at GG Leagues want to make sure that we can continue to support you guys. Building gaming communities has always been what our biggest passion and mission is here at the company. And so we're thinking of ways that we can continue to help your gaming communities stay connected while everyone's away from campus. That's why for the duration of the whole coronavirus pandemic, we're offering to support intramural leagues for Rocket League and League of Legends to all interested schools for free, as a way to keep the students engaged and connected with one another as everyone's away from school. The intramural leagues themselves will be competitions that allow students within the school to play in a casual, fun way against one another. The leagues will run roughly 6 weeks and will be completely online. How they'll work is GG Leagues will set up a league on our website, make it easy for your school to invite players into the league, and then from there you'll get access to the same GG Leagues experience that you see in our statewide leagues, where we'll create the leagues, we'll update the standings, we'll create the schedule, and we'll provide referees to make sure everything runs smoothly. All the schools have to do is be responsible for getting word out about this opportunity to your community. So either blasting it in your Discord, sharing it with students that are away from school, and just getting people signed up. We'll have 3 different potential start dates for this, either April 7th, April 13th, or April 20th. And so if this is something that you're interested in, definitely let us know.
So as Eric was saying, if you're interested in, hanging out with me, my referees, some fellow students from your school, even if there's some staff who are interested, send us an email at intramurals@ggleagues.com. Put the subject line as something like, my school's interested in doing an intramural league. And please, in the body of the email, include, what state your school is in, what school, and who might be the best point of contact for those intramural leagues.
And so during these hard times, we are really thankful for the whole entire community we have here at GG Leagues. Not only us here at the workplace, but you guys who have been really a part of this whole thing kind of building up. And so it's really a strong reminder for all of us that why community is the driving force behind not just esports, but everything that we do here at GG Leagues. And so if there's any way that we can help your communities out, please let us know and stay safe and healthy as we endure this pandemic.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And welcome one and all back to this wonderful GG Leagues playoff match here. We have the Redbird Esports casual team versus DePaul University Gold in this Midwest Division D match. Once again, I am Mercenary, casting solo today for this great matchup. Here to enjoy this and talk to you guys. And as we're starting to set off, we have over on the red side here, we have DePaul starting off with a 5-point start, but it looks like a possible 5-man engage here coming out from the Redbirds. They're all stacking up down there. Yumi playing a little bit risky there over in the pit along with MF as the Redbirds is trying to catch up. They might catch one of these members off guard, but for some reason they're starting to go into the bot lane here, taking the long way around. Ooh, they're waiting in the wings here. We'll see if they can get this jump on this Yumi. She has no idea they're coming up there. She just saw them. In line for that hook, she gets caught and rooted. Solid damage and a quick first blood picked up there for Sejuani. Unfortunately, that Yumi will not stand strong enough alone. The rest of the members are realizing what's going on as Mordekaiser and Trundle are moving in that top lane to look for that possible buff from the enemy team here. Blue buff would be a great start. Meanwhile, the rest of the Redbirds are waiting around by this other buff, and it looks like it's going to be a trade here. Silas coming up around as Oriana is waiting in the wings. And everyone's going to play it safe. Everyone's going back to lanes, and other conflicts will start as Redbirds are going to start over here on this blue buff. Which, again, a real shame and a real early pick there for Yumi. Unfortunately, she got caught out. And it doesn't look like it's going to be the trade of buffs here for the side of the Redbirds, as it looks like DePaul's Trundle will start to go for the other side. Going off on the early engage here. Solid damage going to the top lane there, and picks coming out left and right. We'll see a lot of those Qs coming out from Yui down here in the bot lane, especially with that Nautilus not being able to do much for any poke, but we'll be able to engage instead. Solid damage. Sejuani is looking for this early level 2 gank coming into the side lane here, catching off guard, landing on top of the Q, and the early flash is going to be coming out from Misfortune there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, Silas taking some solid damage from this Oriana, who's able to keep him away, as Redbirds are going to have a pretty rough time here in their other lanes to keep up in the early matchup. And Salon with a solid damage coming to the top lane here. Mordekaiser is going to be holding that early farm lead here with only about 3 minutes in. Go on the rest of the map. Everything's going pretty smoothly here, as it looks like Garen is trying to get some easy damage on top of Mordekaiser, and he does. But he does take some damage for himself. Mordekaiser, unfortunately, not being able to get that passive proc for Garen was silencing most of the time. Silas leaving the mid lane, though, looking towards that top lane. Kind of on the side here. You might have that camera switch here. He's diving in. He catches that. Mordekaiser off guard. The E landing as well. The passive and the W coming up to hopefully keep him alive, but that's going to be an early pick off from Silas there. A very well placed engage and landing it up there. Unfortunately, Mordekaiser had no way to defend. This is exactly what we want to be seeing from the side of the Redbirds here, as their matchup will want to be able to shut down that early snowball that's going to be picked up by DePaul there. The champions do have a lot more stability in the early matchups. Ooh, bit of a strange missed hook there in the bot lane for Nautilus, as we're going to keep watching it down here. As this is actually a very interesting matchup, namely in the form of that Yumi. Yumi does help a lot in the form of heals and easy pokes, and does help a lot later in the game. but it's a very strange pick indeed, as most players do like to say that Yuumi, that namely in the bot lane, it's just going to be a 2v1 when the player has Yuumi on their side, as in she doesn't do much damage, and besides some heals, extra speed, and a little bit of damage, she doesn't hold much else, as in she can be popped pretty easily. Ooh, but a little bit of skirmish happening here in the jungle. The smite coming out for Trundle, giving him an extra speed boost to get away. Meanwhile, Silas looking to catch him off guard, but the flash is coming out for Trundle. He's going to get away as the bot lane start wrapping up here, trying to get some early damage. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mordekaiser landing some solid damage solo on top of this Garen. He's going to have to back off. No trades, no kills taken anywhere, and so all the members got the backup and play it safe. But as we're just rounding out at about 5 minutes here, we'll be looking across the board here. Pretty well placed farm trade down there in the bot lane between those two members. But we're looking mid and top here, and that's a pretty large amount of missed farm for Garen and for Silas here. But Silas has been making up with some pretty good engages as he's diving on the top of this Orianna, who has no mana anymore, having to keep herself alive just barely. Solid damage coming left or right is less. The minion waves are clearing out for the Redbirds here. Once again, no real engaged unless you're talking in the form of Sejuani coming out for them as well. Yuumi getting the shield and stunning up the Zarya. The missed Q coming out for the Redbirds here as Sejuani's looking for the engage. The ward's placed and they're going to play it back and play it safe. Meanwhile, Qs and damage coming out left and right. Mordekaiser are holding a strong lead over that Garen in the top lane here. As the mid lane, we're looking here, some solid damage lands on top of that Silas from that Orianna, who has the corrupting potions and the biscuits, getting some extra mana regen herself. Can only stay in the lane as long as she can. She's starting to back out now. Possibly looking for that early last chapter. May not be having enough gold for it though, but we'll see here in just a second. Immediately teleporting back in that mid lane. She's actually going to get that last chapter. Look at that. Meanwhile, another interesting choice by that Garen in the top lane. Looks like he knew he wouldn't be matching up too well up there. He started out with boots and a regenning pot, not getting much in the way of well, having a lot of extra gold to match up in that top lane with that Mordekaiser being able to hold a strong lead up there. Whew, taking a bit of a breath here. Talking a lot, talking fast. Garen's going to be teleporting back up there, getting the early level 2 boots and the longsword up there to try to match up with that Mordekaiser. So we're looking across the board here. We have 2 BF swords matching up as well. Garen diving in, feeling pretty strong, but meanwhile in the mid lane here, solid damage coming left around. That Silas is going to be kept away by the ultimate from the Orianna, but Trundle's here too, running them down, scaring them away, as Silas is not strong enough to be able to stay in the rest of this match. But he's going to anyways, and he has to play it careful or else that Orianna can easily pop him. But that early Ocean Drake is already up. Meanwhile, a bit of a skirmish in the top lane here as Garen and Mordekaiser are going to be taken out of the passive and the ultimate getting launched by Mordekaiser. And the extra damage is going to unfortunately be Garen's undoing. A good trade up there in the top lane is that Mordekaiser's looking absolutely terrifying. Up nearly, actually up 30 farm right now and getting some extra stacks in that top lane as well. Along with some extra damage as well. Back down, looking in the bot lane. Everything's staying pretty even, including the farm, as both these members have been absolutely vicious against each other. But there's going to be a lot of looking down here, as the dragon might be getting started up here by the Trundle, and it will be Trundle doing some solid damage up there on the dragon as the rest of the bot laners try to come up. So Sejuani is looking for that possible engage, is not going to get it. The flash coming out from FF there, just barely avoiding that hook from Nautilus. But that's an early Drake for DePaul there. So Sejuani queuing over the wall to get away. Saz nearby just in case of Orianna wants to play any funny business. Everyone's backing up, everyone's resetting, except for that Orianna. She's standing nearby, backing in that nearby bush in case anything dangerous happens. But unfortunately, the waves are not in their favor. Oh, she's staying nearby. The Q comes in. The ultimate from Yumi's popping as well, shutting down and holding that Nautilus in place. 2 more ultimates will do it for him as the Shockwave and the Barrage will come in. And Zaya's got to play it safe. A solid damage coming out. The ultimate coming from her as well, trying to that MF in place. She's going to run away. They're getting an early tower stack here. And that's going to be an early matchup. Sejuani's looking nearby along with Silas. But nothing's going to be coming up from there. A little bit more of a skirmish happening at the top lane there. Solid damage coming out left and right as Garen's getting even tankier. Mordekaiser's just have to play it safe here. But the tankiness won't always last. Mordekaiser still has advantage of the wave. Still up a whole bunch of farm as well. Garen playing pretty regardless for the farm matchup here. Dodging the E and playing it safe there. Meanwhile, it looks like the rest of the DePaul having that early engage up there. They're going to start up that Rift Herald without really much contesting as Sejuani is looking through the rest of the jungle over on the side of DePaul here, looking to clean up anything, but it looks like Trundle was quite thorough and took everything before he left. Garen is running around this Mord here, doing solid damage on top of him. Mordekaiser getting his passive up and the Q, but it looks like the Rift Herald is still going to the side of DePaul here, with Orianna coming up to look for some possible help in case that Garen decided to stay. DePaul absolutely cleaning up this match right now, showing why they won that first match. Ooh, a bit of an E there, miss, and Garen knows, and so he's going to go solid damage. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, Pokers are coming out left and right. And also in the mid lane here, the ultimate coming out here from that Orianna. Sejuani landing another on top of her, trying to keep up as well. The E coming out on top of Trundle, or Sejuani's looking really low. The Q's coming out, and that's going to take her down. Unfortunately, the extra ultimate coming out from Silas there is not going to do anything in the end. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a little bit more skirmish happening here with the Q landing atop along with the E. We're looking in the mid lane as 2 members are still caught up. Ooh, Silas taking down that Trundle in under tower here. Missing his dive in and missing the catch out, but he still gets the kill anyways. Before playing it safe, the question mark things happening left and right here as the boards are being cleared up. Rest of the bottom won't play it safe as Nautilus does have a Q and can pull them in at any second, but their ultimates are also back up, and Size is not, so they have a pretty safe wave here. Meanwhile, in the top lane, solid damage landing on top of the ultimate happening on top of Garen. Garen taking a huge... The passive slowly taking him down. He's going to stand still and accept his fate. Another kill going to that Mordekaiser up top. Meanwhile, unfortunately, the Xayah is all alone as Nautilus wasn't anywhere nearby, having to pop the flash and the ultimate stay alive. Meanwhile, the Q coming out from Nautilus here, trying to stay alive here, taking solid damage from MF. The flash as well, trying to stay alive. The extra heal for extra speed. The ultimate coming out from Nautilus. Too late, and it's going to spell death. Meanwhile, MF looking towards that. Oh my god! Looking towards that Xayah there. Looks like Orianna's just gonna flash in and press Q. She wants the blood, and that's a 4-man down there. Drake only has about a minute left. They're looking for some early tower stacks here. As they're going to drop that Rift Herald, they might get the first tower here if they could take down that last little chunk here. They can. Here comes Shelly. She's going to take one quick charge, and that is first tower for DePaul University. Absolutely decimating as DePaul are just tearing through this matchup with the objective play and with the solid damage here. Silas, Sejuani, and the rest of the team are trying to hold it up, but unfortunately, it's not going to be much as the dive comes in as one ultimate pops up on top of Trundle. Another one comes out from Orianna, trying to keep him alive. The TP coming in from that Mordekaiser here, looking to dive in. Unfortunately, Sejuani's getting caught out with the E and the Q. He's going to get taken out by Trundle. DePaul showing up here as Mordekaiser is doing some solid damage. 2-1, there's the Drake, and that's a quick Drake there for DePaul as well, as they have no Sejuani to worry about. Meanwhile, Garen's taking this time, still having that TP up, trying to get that early damage. Orianna's TPing up there to try to contest him from getting any more tower place. They want to keep him in the dirt, and that's what they're going to do. And there's the second Drake for DePaul here. Quick Mountain Drake to already add to their already pretty beefy Ocean Drake. And there's the Cloud Soul. I'm seeing right here, yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 seconds ahead. I will pause it for 4 seconds and y'all can tell me what it looks like. Cool. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of technical difficulties here and there, especially with everything's going on, but thank you for letting me know. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, Orion landing some solid damage on top of that Garen, and it's looking pretty bad from up there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, Silas has that Oriana ultimate trying to do some damage to that Mordekaiser, but it's not really panning through. The rest of the members are starting to come up here, 3 towards the mid lane, trying to keep it up here. The ultimate being blown by Silas to clear out the wave here. Meanwhile, Silas getting caught off guard, having to pop her ultimate to stay alive, and the heal coming out as well to try to run away. Meanwhile, Nautilus getting caught out here on the side lane. Sejuani standing nearby in case of any extra help. Meanwhile, solid damage. Sejuani looking on the side here. Her ultimate's back up. She could look for the engage here. Oh, and the miss! Catching that MF as she flashes away for the extra safety. Everyone's gonna back up. Everyone's gonna play safe. As that solid engage and team fight, not even a team fight there, coming out from DePaul, showing their dominance in that lane. Looks like they're gonna get that solid damage and another tower to their name. All the outer towers down for them here. And there they go, 3-0 on towers, 7-3 kills. They're up 6k gold. They are looking pretty strong right now. It looks like Redbirds are gonna have to play it safe and make some smart picks here. Once again, as everyone's starting to reset and play it safe, I want to know how you guys are today and how you guys are holding it out during the virus right now. Oh, bit of a pause right there. Looks like we had some technical difficulties going on. That's always a tendency to happen. We have some mic trouble, it looks like, coming out from the mid lane, unfortunately. As we're just going to pause and sit here. Once again, feel free to talk in chat. I am watching and I'm always going through. Oh, and it looks like the mic problem's been fixed. We'll be resuming here, and there we are. Welcome back, everyone, to this wonderful stream that's going on. So everyone's going to play it up here. It looks like Rift has about 5 more seconds here to spawn, and it looks like DePaul's going to be diving right for it. They have the pressure right now from all lanes, including that bottom lane. That bottom tower was just almost about to go down. Everyone's going to play it up here. Garen's getting caught off guard by the Mordekaiser, but he's going to run away with Q. Looking absolutely terrifying there, but this is a completely uncontested Rift Herald for DePaul here. Having their minds on objectives and objectives only, and that's going to be another Rift Herald for them. Always great here. The E just barely missing on that Garen there. And meanwhile, looks like Zaya's going to the bottom to clean it up. But the rest of DePaul are waiting on the wings here with Yumi on top of Oriana. Solid damage landing out left and right from that Mordekaiser as they have pressuring on both sides of the lane here. The rest of the team is coming down there to the mid lane, trying to keep it even as the rest of Redbirds are also popping up as well. But Mordekaiser is going to be soloing that tower up top. Without anyone contesting it. Silas diving into the lane there, popping that Oriana ultimate here. Multiple ultimates being popped left and right, but the Sejuani ultimate also missing here. Zaya has another ultimate ready and is ready to pull here. Sejuani looking quite low, having to flash to stay alive here. It's quickly turning for the face of DePaul here, getting 2 kills on the Nautilus and the Silas. Diving through, even that MF who's completely ignited is not afraid having Yumi pop up. Sejuani's making it out alive though. And meanwhile, in the top lane here, Mordekaiser once again just soloing that tower, doing solid damage to that Garen and to tower alike. And there's the Rift Herald spawn mid as we're watching a little bit of a skirmish happening top here. 1 charge from Shelly number 2, and there goes the secondary mid tower as it looks like they'll get another charge on the interior tower. Meanwhile, Garen is doing some solid damage on top of that Mordekaiser here. Mordekaiser just barely staying alive after the ultimate, and that's going to be Garen in a turn of events shutting down the Mordekaiser. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, solid damage coming out left and right here as it looks like Trundle is going to get taken out by the Zaya here. Redbirds showing that they are not to be messed with, even though they are down towers right now. They're down towers, down gold, but they are looking strong and mighty. Everyone else backing up, doing some solid damage, getting that extra mid tower as well, and all that's left is that mid inhib. Birds looking strong as everyone else is already backed up, and there's no trundle for the next about 5 seconds here. DePaul is going to be looking straight for that next Cloud Drake as... Actually, sorry, Redbird's looking for that Cloud Drake as DePaul's trying to rush nearby. Ooh, the extra speed boost on top of that MF as she is just gunning it down the jungle here. Everyone's prepped and ready right now as Silas and Nautilus are winning in the front lane here. Yuumi landing on top of that. Ooh, solid damage landing on top of there. The immediate shutdown on top of Xayah here. The double kill going for the triple kill now. Quadra kill landing on top of Mordekaiser. You might be looking at Penta. Oh, but the stolen Penta from Trundle. But that's the ace right there for DePaul, quickly taking it back. Yikes. That's a real shame not seeing another Penta, but that's another dragon for DePaul here, getting that first Cloud Drake, and they're now on Soul Point. A little bit of talk and chat here coming out from, what is that? GGLeagues. I'm pretty sure that's their name. Sorry if I got it wrong. But they're saying report jungle did not let the Penta happen. It's a shame, but the ace still got there anyways. And that's another tower there, down in the bot lane, as Mordekaiser is going to be taking that alone with some solid damage already happening for the minions. But meanwhile, it looks like DePaul is going to start up that Baron, as they're all focused on that Mordekaiser in the bot lane right now as the chase goes on. Damage coming out left, right, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000, as it keeps getting chunked down slowly but surely. Mordekaiser knew what he's up against, and it looks like DePaul is not... It looks like DePaul is going to be taking this completely uncontested, as the Redbirds are not able to keep up. Solid damage, and there's the quick Baron with very minimal health loss due to Yuumi. As the rest of the Redbirds here are shaking up, trying to look where to go next. Garen's going to be going in the top lane to take that solo here. Meanwhile, the Redbirds are doing solid damage. Xayah taking a huge chunk of damage from that Orianna. That quick red buff for that MF, and they're going to back up and just reset. They have the Baron, they have nothing to worry about. They're up 14-5, up 3 Drakes, and up 6 towers, and they're up over 10k gold right now. Just barely over 10k, but over 10k anyways. This might be a clear-cut victory for DePaul, but I want to see a game 3, man. We didn't get to see game 1, and so I'm down to see a game 3. That's what I'm saying. Always exciting here. Ooh, MF getting caught out alone by Xayah there. Solid damage coming off. The spooky ghost coming out as well. Oh, and in the mid lane, there's another missed ultimate coming out from Sejuani. The chase continues up top. On top of that, Garen here is Yuumi and that Orianna are slowly but surely chunking them out. Yuumi hopped off trying to get the extra shield there. Garen trying to land some damage and was not able to take down the dynamic duo in the top lane there. As the rest of the Redbirds are trying to come up and trying to contest them. The ultimate getting taken here. Oh, with a quick dodge there from the quick engage from Silas. Stacks landing up left and right for that Sejuani. Sejuani popping off the smite, trying to keep them alive here. But they're getting caught off guard by DePaul! They're shut down from MF on top of Sejuani here as Nautilus is trying to run away. The chase happens after Silas as the dynamic duo once again take out that Silas. That was a quick turnaround for DePaul there. And unfortunately, Redbirds were just following up. It's one member left. It is that Xayah as the towers keep falling, as the Baron keeps standing still as well. Trundle taking that lone inhib in mid here. Solid damage coming left up first tower down. Garen's back up though to try to help stop them from shoving, and it might not be enough here as the waves are shoving up in the top lane there and in the bot lane. Tower number 1 is getting taken down as Nautilus and Sejuani also back up. The whole team are back up there looking for that last fight here. Solid damage coming out here as the dive from Silas coming out as well. Solid damage left and right, but he's not going to withstand that Orianna. Sejuani going down to the MF as well. Yuumi ultimate happening as well as Garen as well. Garen taking down the Trundle as Orianna is going to be taking down the Garen. MF taking down Nautilus. It's one person left. Xayah won't be able to hold them anymore. Orianna doing solid damage. Just barely staying alive in the base there. But that's it! That's the quick pick from Orianna! And that is going to be the game for DePaul. A quick 2-0, and they're going to be taking this best of 3. Whew, I'm losing my voice here, folks. As we are looking at that strong win from DePaul here. As you guys will be seeing in a couple seconds, you'll be looking at those damage charts, but I'm going to spoil it for you guys. As, oh, there you guys go, no more spoilers anyways. But anyways, we're looking at the solid damage that Oriana maxing out the top at 20k here with that Mordekaiser coming up at 16 and MF coming up at 12. Solid damage for the full teams here, and honestly a good match from Redbirds. They had some unusual picks and they tried their best, but unfortunately it was not going to matter in the end. Unfortunately, DePaul just swept them with some smart tactics and some objective taking as well. But namely, I will give that MVP personally. I don't have a co-caster, so I cannot converse about who gets the MVP. But you know what? I will. I'll give it to that Mort. That Mort had some solid plays solo up top against that Garen. Had solo plays as well as starting up some quick damages there. Again, he almost got the penta too. Trundle didn't take it. Womp womp. It's a real shame there. That would have been the second penta happening here for the match. But otherwise, great match for both teams, and we are excited to see DePaul in these finals here for the division match. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to this quick match here. Unfortunately, we don't get to have a second one in the end, but it was a great playoff match, and we're going to be starting up our final matches tomorrow, with the first one happening for the Michigan B finals of a Davenport University versus Team Inferno. If you guys want to take part next season here and come and play, hear me screaming at you as you're doing amazingly well, or unfortunately getting picked out, go ahead and go to our website at GGLeagues.com and see if you have a team in your area. We're also starting up some extra teams happening here with Overwatch, Rocket League, and I'm pretty sure we have another one coming up as well. Not 100% what the last one is, but those ones I know for sure. And if you guys want to know what time we're having these matches at coming up next, and you want to see who's going to win those matches, make sure you follow us on our social media at GGLeagues for all of them. And you can come and vote for the streams, see what's happening next. You can come and see who's going to win these finals matches as the finals season begins. Once again, my name is Mercenary, and thank you guys for tuning into GG Leagues, and I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow for our first finals match. Take care.